What's up guys and welcome back. I'm starting a new series called Gaming PC Buyer's Guide. I keep seeing lots of people in Facebook groups asking to help them out with a 500, 800 or a few thousand PC part list. So I thought I will use PCPartPicker platform and make different builds for different price points. And the first build for today is for $500, which is Ryzen 5 2600 and RX 570. Also, I should point out that it's only core components and not including say monitor, mouse or a keyboard. So right now we are looking at the total amount of $502 US. And for those who really need to stick under 500, I will have few tips on how to do it. In case you are interested in similar content, be sure to subscribe and click that bell button so you don't miss upcoming videos. And let's get started! So, this budget build is based on a Ryzen platform with a decent upgrade path for upcoming years. And the first item we have on the list is Ryzen 5 2600. It's a 12nm 6-core 12-thread CPU with a boost clock of 3.9 GHz. It's very capable of handling modern games as well as streaming or video editing workloads. One of the benefits of this CPU as it comes with an included Rave Stealth cooler, so you don't need to spend another $30 plus on aftermarket cooling solution. As for a motherboard, I picked B450M Pro from ASRock. It's a budget micro ATX board, but make no mistake, it has quite good features, such as 4 RAM slots, which can help you out if your budget is even less than $500. I will get back to this later on. Also, it has few M.2 slots, which is quite rare for a budget motherboard. Next, we have memory. This is a Crucial 16GB kit. It's DDR4 3200, which is good for a Ryzen 2000 series CPUs. It's only $59 on Amazon right now, but in case your budget can stretch a bit, take a look at 3600 MHz kits, since they are a bit more of a future-proof. But have in mind, you will pay around $25 more. For storage, I would recommend getting a 240GB SSD disk, just to keep prices down and have a quick and snappy system. I've chosen PNY, but basically any known brand such as Kingston, Crucial or ADATA SSD will work just fine. Take the best available price at the time you're buying this system. You can get 480GB SSD for just $20 US more, so consider that if you need more space. Also, there is an option to go for 120GB SSD and let's say a 1TB hard drive. But I would stick with 500 SSD for cheaper when using a hard drive combo. The graphics card choice for this build is the XFX RX 570 4GB model. As RX 570 is one of the best value for the money cards, it's an obvious choice, at least for around $130. It's one of the cheapest RX models, but since we are using Ryzen 2600 CPU in this build, you can upgrade your GPU in a year or two in case you want to go for 1440p gaming. CPU is capable of handling, let's say, RTX 2060 Super or RX 5700, so you have a good upgrade path if needed. To get the best value for the money, you have a possibility to go for a used graphics card, since you could buy RX 580 8GB model for around $110 US from eBay. But in case you want to go with a new card, RX 570 is quite a solid choice for a price. The case of my choice is a Deepcool MATREXX 50. Basically, it's the best priced tempered glass ATX case you can get for $48. There is a newer version of this case called MATREXX 55, but it has no PCU shroud and no fan included. Just to note, it's not a micro ATX case, and so it's a bigger than you need, but in case you want a smaller one, you will need to spend at least $10 more. If you decide to go for a micro ATX case, I would recommend checking Thermaltake Versa H18. It has a nice mesh front panel for a better ventilation and included rear fan as well. Sure, there are quite a few cheaper cases for around $35, but I would not recommend going that road, since you will lose fan mounting positions, the looks and quality too. The last but equally important component we need is a power supply. I've opted for a 500 watt 80 plus bronze EVGA BR unit. It's non-modular one, but all the cables are black, and since we took a PC case with a PCU shroud, they will be hidden and will not mess with the build aesthetics for sure. And 500 watts is enough, since overall system power consumption will be up to 300 watts. The power supply has two 6+2 PCIe power connectors, meaning if you decide to upgrade your GPU to a better one, this should be enough to feed RX 5700 or RTX 2060 Super or a similar GPU. And your gaming experience will jump through the roof. So, that's my $500 build. In case you really need to save few more bucks, you can go with an 8GB of RAM and you could add another 8 gigs later on. Since I mentioned earlier, a motherboard I've picked has 4 RAM slots. Well, you might lose some FPS in modern games, but it's quite an easy way to make this build cheaper and it's really easy upgrade later on. Just be sure you go with 2 sticks of 4GB to get a dual channel working. And again, if you want to remove any of these parts and use the ones you like more, please do so. Regarding an upgrade path for this build, AM4 platform is a great one in terms of upgradability, meaning you will be able to add 3rd gen Ryzen like 3700X or RTX 2070 Super graphics card, and your gaming experience will jump through the roof. In case you want any advice regarding your PC parts list, just post a comment below and I will share my thoughts with you. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm planning to make another video for a different budget PC build. Most probably I will pick a build for around 1000 bucks. I hope you got some value out of my video. If so, please like it, subscribe and click that bell button so you don't miss upcoming content. And see you soon!